what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Monday night. It is a beautiful day here in Georgia. I'm feeling great. We've got a big stream for you here tonight. I say big. It's a chill stream, but it should be a fun stream. We are going to school. Shout out finals week. Shout out classes. Remember that? Dude, I'm so old. But we're having a very school-coded stream here today, and that we're going to be giving out some grades, and we're going to be taking some quizzes. Hence the chalkboard and the thumbnail. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Dude, I'm so fired up. As always, y'all know the drill. If you're in here, feel free to say hello in chat. Looks like we got Kaden and Sebastian in here already. How you guys doing this beautiful Monday night? You know, I took the week off last week, had some stuff going on, and I really wanted to make sure that we had some stuff lined up for this stream here today as well. I've been digging through some of the draft classes a little bit. Kaden came up clutch with a sick quiz for me to take here today as well. It's a pretty cool website that I did not know existed until an hour ago. So I'm very excited to get into that. And my Minnesota Vikings are represented in there as well. So let's go, baby. Let's go. We got Jack in here too. What's going on? Super Bowl champ. He's got a fever. Oh, and the only prescription is more Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold. And Parker's in here too. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know, it's crazy. I'm thinking about this right now when I see you pop in here. I've got ESPN pulled up right now. They're showing the highlights from last night's Wild game. Holy smokes, dude. What on earth was that? You know, I'm trying to get into the Wild a little bit. You know, we're in the playoffs. Great first series win for us. But, oh my Lord, dude. What was it, like 15 goals or something? That was crazy. Tough loss, but you know what? The Avs are nice. And speaking of Minnesota sports, we are going to try and get this done by 9:30. Because the Timber Puppies are playing tonight too. Huge game for the Timber Puppies, taking on the Spurs. Ant is back somehow already. They got him perked up for game one. But before we get into all that, we've got a nice little stream for you guys here tonight. I got to catch up with chat here. Kaden says, how big do I feel starting that intro every time? If I could give a visual interpretation, that would be great. Dude, I feel like a beast. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do exactly, but I do feel like a beast. I can't lie. I will say it's tough because my computer is muted because I don't want to like hear myself twice. So I turn the volume down so I can't necessarily hear it, but I know it goes crazy. I know it goes crazy. Oh man, YouTube didn't start the stream on its own. You had to reload the page. They're trying to censor me. Ruh-roh, man. Dude, they're always out to get me, you know, always demonetizing my videos, right? You know, my last video only got 10,000 views because the algorithm was censoring it, right? That's why. But yeah, the sleeves are off, dude. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think this is a debaggy thing to say. This is more of a self-conscious thing about me. I'm trying to like get over it. I have become a sleeveless shirt guy. I really have. And I used to not like them for a while because I felt like a D-bag for wearing them. But especially when it gets hot here in Georgia, man, I don't know. The sleeveless t-shirt is kind of the move. And I like it with this hat for some reason. I don't know. I feel like sleeveless gray shirt and the Quirk Chungus football hat is a great combo. So we're rocking that here today. But yes, this is the sleeveless debut of Dr. Pigskin. Oh man, Avs are probably winning it all, Jack says. I mean, that's a decent take. They're pretty good. They had the most points in the league this year, right? Parker saying it's going to be a good series. I hope so. Hey, I hope it's a good series because that means that we're competitive in it. Let's go. Ant is playing. I believe he is going to play. I know, dude. It's crazy. I thought he was going to be out for like a month. Jack's cheering on the Knicks. Hey, do y'all play tonight? Y'all absolutely curb stomped the Hawks to win the series. That was crazy too. I know a lot of people that were at that game. That was kind of tough, but I'm trying to remember if y'all play tonight. Probably not, right? Because Game 7 of Philly Boston was just yesterday. Too much tea, Henny? Fair. Embrace the freedom of clothing choice. Thank you, mile marker. I needed that. I appreciate it. Let's go. Tampa needed to sink into the ocean. Oh, yeah. I saw your Habs got a big win, too. Yeah. Montreal. Hey, I got it right finally. Let's go. I got it right. Appreciate you tuning in, by the way, mile marker. All right. Let's just get into this because we've got a lot to cover here. I'm going to do old reliable. I'm going to pull up some stuff to react to. Knicks play today. Let's go. We are going to be taking a look at Mel Kiper Jr.'s draft grades up on ESPN. Look, they're still showing it because there's so many goals. It like started auto playing and it's still playing. Such a long highlight reel. But we went live for round 1 of the draft. That's the last time that we went live. And I don't want to rehash too many of the takes that I gave out. I mean, there's some stuff I want to get into that maybe I didn't cover quite as much when I'm like in the moment, right? But now, with all 7 rounds in the books, you kind of get a better sense of like what every team's vision was. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to go through every single team here, right? But yeah, I haven't looked at this yet. So there's some stuff that I want to look at, see if I agree with some stuff, see if I maybe disagree with some stuff. Maybe if some of y'all in chat want me to hit your team, I'm more than willing to do that, right? I know we've got the Lions, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Seahawks represented in here. So, hey, we got that going for us. But we're going to take a look and see how I'm feeling about some of these classes. And then after that, we're going to have some fun and play some games because it has been a hot minute since I've done some quizzes on here. You might even see some of the tabs open on my browser right now. I'm saving this for last. I'm so excited for this. We'll do grid. We got StatPad, which I've never played before on here, which I'm excited for. And then Sicko Trivia is just crazy, dude. Yeah, man. I can't wait. Why wear a t-shirt at all? True. Hey, maybe in the summer the shirt will get popped off. Maybe I'll do an in real life stream like I'm Speed or something. We'll be posted up at the pool. Oh, a Dr. Pigskin pool party? Come on now. Let's go. Dude, this is how you know it's like truly the off season. Now that the draft is over, we're 7 minutes in and I'm talking about a Dr. Pigskin pool party. That would actually be kind of sick though. You know, I guess the closest thing I've done to an in real life stream so far is going to McDonald's or whatever. But oh, welcome PNW Steph. I'm assuming Pacific Northwest. Let's go. Appreciate you tuning in. Saw a lot of mocks taking Price with the 32nd pick, and now I'm hearing it was a huge reach. Honestly, I'm glad you brought that up. You know what? Let's just start with the Seahawks. We'll get to some of these better classes. No shade, better classes. I mean, I thought the Seahawks did fine, honestly. No, here's the thing though. I'm with you. I don't think Jadarian Price is some terrible, horrible, awful pick, right? Maybe you could make an argument that there is a few other guys that they could have gotten at 32, right? Like Chase Basantis might have been nice. I know Emmanuel Pregnon ended up going round 3, but I wouldn't have hated him at 32. I had him going at like 22, right? I wouldn't have been against that. You could have gone interior offensive line. But to get that extra running back with Charbonnet being hurt, losing K9, and how much Seattle likes to run the ball, and you have to imagine, even with Kubiak gone, there's going to be so much continuity in their scheme. Look, Price is the clear RB2 in this draft, and he's not maybe a home run hitter. You might argue he's a little redundant with Charbonnet, but again, Charbonnet might not be good to go when the season starts. And even if he is, it is just so nice when you run the ball that much. It is so nice to have a bevy of backs that you can turn to. They couldn't have possibly given Kenneth Walker all the carries last year, right? I mean, shoot, honestly, like it wasn't even just K9 and Charbonnet last year too. They mixed some other guys in there as well. So to get that extra guy, it's pick 32. He's a clearly good player and he doesn't really have any mileage on him. I really don't think that's crazy of a reach. I mean, he would have probably gone early on in day 2, right? It's so easy to say, like you could have just traded back and gotten like 80 extra picks and still gotten him. Like, you never know, dude. All it takes is one team to take him. So I really don't have an issue with that. Jack is saying he'd give the Hawks draft a solid B minus to B plus. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Kiper was giving him too. You get a safety as well after losing Kobe Bryant. I like that. They go pretty heavy in the secondary. At this point, you just got to trust that Mike Mack is going to cook. I mean, there's not a lot of big names in here, but again, you've got the last pick of the first round, last pick of the second round. Didn't have a ton. I mean, only one day 2 pick, right? I mean, there's only so much you can do with what you've got. But with how well put together their team already is, I think they did a good job of addressing their needs. And I don't know. I think they played the board all right. I really don't think that Price is that bad of a pick. So I'll agree with that for the most part. I'll give him an even B. I'll give him a slightly higher grade than Mel Kiper. I think B- is dinging him a little bit too much for Jadarian Price, who I think is a pretty good pick. Jack saying a reach in the sense of talent on the board, but was struggling to find a trade partner and needed a running back. It was fine. Yeah. I mean, again, you could say that maybe Price is like the 41st best player in the class instead of 32nd, but there's some other teams in that division that have it way worse. That's what I'll say. There's some other teams in that division that said, oh, we're going to reach so hard, it's going to be crazy. Rah, Lions. Rah, Vikings. No, I like the Lions class, though. I like the Lions class. Caden wants an in real life hot tub stream. It's finally happening. I feel like, and you know what? I don't know this for a fact. I promise. I feel like Clavicular has done that before. No? Is it, am I going to be the Clavicular of football? Dude, I struggle to say his name, too. Dude, I hate that I even know who he is, but it's chill. How much am I selling my bathwater for? I'll give it away for free, honestly. I'm for the people. Maybe somewhere down the line I'll get corrupted by money or whatever. But for right now, I'm for the people. I'm just a common man. If you want some, you got it. Yeah, man, we're in the off season. Jack likes the Bud Clark pick. Love his energy. Dude, there's nothing better than a high energy, high motor safety. And again, he's going to fit in right in with that defense. Losing Kobe Bryant, who had a similar level of energy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Am I an avid clavicular watcher? I am not, believe it or not. Okay, good question from PNW Steph. I might just say Steph to make life a little bit easier on me. We'll see. I don't always read every name verbatim. Who do I think had the best and the worst draft? Well, not to copy Mel Kiper, but I do think the Browns for sure had the best draft. And this is, dare I say, they're stacking a few nice draft classes together. I mean, my goodness. It's easy to do that when you have as many picks as they do, right? I mean, you're looking at 2 picks in round 1, 2 picks in round 2, and a third rounder. I mean, 2 round 1 picks and 3 day 2 picks. Yeah, you're going to clean up. But my goodness. I mean, talk about not only did the board play well for them, but they were also able to address need. I mean, everything broke into place for them. Honestly, Spencer Fano at pick 9, I like him a good amount, but that might be relative to where he was drafted. That might be like my least favorite pick of these 4 right here. I still like Fano a good amount, and I like the versatility that he brings, and he's kind of a best 5 enabler, to steal some cliches, and that, okay, you can play this guy at pretty much any position across the offensive line. That's nice. Everyone else can slot in where they feel comfortable. You feel good that Fano's going to start somewhere, right? And with how much they need on the offensive line, that is kind of nice that you have a guy that you can just play anywhere. I still do think, man, I just wish... I don't know. I really want him to be on the interior, to be completely honest with you. He has the athleticism to hang at tackle. I don't know if he has the frame. And like I was saying a few weeks ago, I really do think offensive tackle, more than pretty much any other position in football, is kind of build dependent, if that makes sense. There's a reason you just don't see a lot of guys with shorter arms and especially narrow shoulders succeed at tackle in the NFL. As good as they might be, as athletic as they might be, it's just incredibly hard to do. But on the other hand, you kick him inside the guard. Oh no, we got a good guard at 9. I think he'd be an awesome center. Honestly, if I was the Browns, I'd think about playing him at center. I don't know if they've come out and said yet what their plans are going to be with him, but I'm not in charge of the Browns, but if I was, I'd be like, nah, dude, you're playing center. We're not playing Elton Jenkins at center. We saw how that went last year with the Packers. Jenkins go back to guard. Fano center. We're just going to suck at tackle this year. Whatever. That's fine. And then the 2 receivers that they took, man, I've always been a big Casey Concepcion guy, right? Oh, man, getting him at 24. I just think that's a home run pick. I think he's going to fit in so well in Todd Monken's offense. It's so easy to draw the parallels with how Monken used Zay Flowers and even Ladd McConkey to an extent when he was with Georgia as this yak guy, just designing him looks in space. That's going to be Concepcion. And I think he has more layers to his game on top of that. And then to come back and get Denzel Boston in the second rounds. I mean, hey, Boston's a guy that I wouldn't have necessarily liked for every single team. And I wouldn't have necessarily liked him getting drafted too high. You know, I felt like, okay. Like, honestly, if they would have gotten Denzel Boston at 24, I would have felt pretty good about that. Like, that's a fair spot for him. But I love the fit with him in Cleveland, man. The one thing they really need is an outside X receiver, right? You've got Harold Fannin, who's an awesome tight end that can work in the slot. Now you've got Concepcion, who can work in the slot and work as a Z. They do not have that X. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, better in the slot and as a Z, right? They do not have that pure outside guy that can beat press and like win down the sideline. That is what Denzel Boston is. That's all he's really going to ask to be. That's all they're really going to ask him to do. It opens up so much. It allows them to access the whole field. It makes perfect sense. Second round pick, won't have crazy high expectations. Love it. I mean, he could not have gone to a better spot, except for like maybe the quarterback play isn't good. But as far as like scheme fit and filling a need and where he got taken, like low key, that is one of the best picks of the draft. Denzel Boston, second round, 39th overall to the Browns. Oh, man. And then to come back and get EMW, round 2, pick 58, a guy who I liked maybe even just a tiny bit more than Dylan Thieneman. Just love the way he plays. Love how hard of a hitter he is. Can play him in the box. I think he's got pretty good ball skills. Maybe there's a few things to clean up, but man, he's going to fit in so well with that defense, and they need that extra guy on the back end. You know, the front is already so loaded, but to get that extra guy on the back end, dude, they cleaned up, man. This is an awesome, awesome class right here. So I will say, I think the Browns probably had the best class in the draft. And this is coming off year. You look at their draft class from last year. Like, dude, I'm not going to lie. There's still some things to fix with Cleveland. But, dude, they've been cooking. I'm not going to lie. Andrew Berry, also, I keep sinking. Andrew Berry has been cooking recently. So that's a very long answer, but I like the question, Steph. That was my best draft, in my opinion. In a second, I'm going to catch up with chat, and then we'll hit maybe a few other of the classes that I really liked. And then we'll get to your question of worst draft. Because honestly, there's two teams in my mind right now, both in the same division. And Jack, you're going to love this. But I'll say Cleveland. I loved their draft. I don't know. What are you guys feeling? Who are y'all's pick for best draft class this year? Anyone else with me on Cleveland? Yeah, I think there's some other teams you could make a good case for, but man, they had a lot to work with and they did not screw it up. That's what I'll say. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Browns could be interesting in a few years. Still need to figure a few things out, but they could be interesting. They're not going to be horrible this year. I don't think they're going to be like one of the 3 worst teams in the league. I don't think they're going to be picking top 3, maybe even top 5 this next year. They've got too many good players. Spectre's back in here. Let's go. Appreciate you tuning in. The Concepcion pick crushed me, especially when there were rumors that after the Bills tried to trade up and snag him. Oh, I know, right? And I think we were even talking about that during the Doc Mock. That like Casey Concepcion would have been an awesome fit for the Bills. Yeah, that would have been sick. I do like one of the receivers that y'all got day 3, though. I do like that. You know, the Bills had a very interesting draft. I feel like day 2, there were some head scratchers, but day 3, they cooked. I thought they did a great job. And you know what? I like the triple trade back, just loading up on picks. Why not? Mile Marker says Cowboys did well enough. Oh, yeah, we'll get to them in a sec. I love Dallas's draft, too. Is one of the team who drafted your boy wife's replacement? Hey, maybe. Jack likes the Jets draft. Oh, yeah. You know, that's been another popular pick, too. Let's talk about the Jets draft. Well, then we'll get to the Cowboys. Jets will probably be up here, right? A- for the Jets. I liked their draft. You know, see, and I look at some of the guys, and it's like, I do like this draft. I do. I think I might give the Jets, I might give them like a B, honestly. I don't know. So I will be honest. A lot of this does have to do with like, again, not to keep picking on this guy, And I could totally be wrong. Like I recognize the ceiling there. I totally get it. I still, until he proves me wrong, I will just not be able to get on board with David Bailey second overall. And so I think that already, fair or not, kind of puts them behind the 8 ball for me, right? It's like, man, I don't know. They had 3 first-round picks, and they got 3 really big names. Here's the thing. I like Sadiq and Omar Cooper, though. But here's the thing that gets me with that, too, is that I already kind of liked the pass catchers that they had there, and I guess you can never have too much of a good thing, right? Sure. Adding Omar Cooper in as the third guy, you've got Garrett Wilson, who's great but hurt a lot, and then Adonai Mitchell, who is kind of a head case, whatever. You never know what you're going to get, but I did like him as like a little, I don't know, just see what you get, part of the Sauce Gardner trade, and I honestly kind of liked what he did with the Jets down the stretch. And then like they drafted Mason Taylor last year. They double up on tight ends. I think these were solid picks. They were pretty good picks, but there's a small part of me was like, they probably could have gotten just Sadiq and then had like Sadiq as the third option and not gone receiver with the 30th pick. I don't know. Maybe this is just me. I have too many shares of Adonai Mitchell and I still believe in him. And I'm like, no, like stop blocking him from getting targets. Like just give me one season where Adonai Mitchell gets like 95 targets and see what happens, you know? But here's the thing. I do like Omar Cooper a lot. I think that in a vacuum, picking him at 30 is great. And I think Sadiq at 16 is totally fair. And I like D'Angelo Pons a lot. Klubnik is whatever. I mean, I don't know. You're just throwing darts at that point. I'll go B+. I'll go B+. B is a little bit harsh. I'll go B+. I like Pons enough. I like Cooper enough. Sadiq, I feel pretty good about. He should have been a Viking, but it's fine. I'll go B+. I won't kill them too much. You know what? They're trying. They're trying is crazy, but Steph likes what the Cardinals and Rams did. As a Seahawks fan, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I don't hate the Cardinals draft as much. That's what I'll say. If we're talking about NFC West draft classes. The Cardinals were not one of the 2 teams I was alluding to, but I can at least see, like, okay, what are they cooking here? Let's see how this ages. I at least get that, too. But I'll go B+ for the Jets. Let's see. Don't slander Adonai Mitchell. He's a great quarterback once he gets close to the end zone. Oh, dude, it's so crazy how back-to-back years he's been a part of 2 of the most boneheaded plays in the league. But I swear, bro, he's so good. Just look at his release packages. I swear, bro, if he just gets a few more snaps out of the slot, he's going to be so good, man. I swear, bro, you just give him a few more targets and he might get like a sneaky 900-yard season. Oh, he was good last year. It's okay. You know what? Coaches don't trust him, and honestly, I get it. But all right, let's talk about the Cowboys draft. Honestly, Dallas is probably second place for me as far as favorite class goes. Oh, man. Oh, I mean, getting Caleb Downs, pick 11, knocked it out of the park. In my opinion, best defensive player in the class. Pick 11, fills a need, set it and forget it. He should be favored to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he is going to be giving them some high impact snaps. Love it. Malachi Lawrence, another one of those guys that I wouldn't have necessarily loved for every team, and I wouldn't have necessarily loved too high in the draft. I feel like 23rd overall is a pretty fair spot for him. Like, that's probably the high end of where I would have felt comfortable with him going. But like I was saying on draft night, if there is a spot where he's going to work out, Dallas honestly makes a lot of sense. With them switching to more of a 3-4 type, with all the mass that they have up the middle, there's not going to be as much on Lawrence's plate as far as like playing the run and stuff like that, right? He can be more of a true wide 9 speed rusher. It's good for him. And then, oh man, I mean, dude, I was on my feet when this pick happened. I was so happy, dude. Getting one of my guys from the class. 3rd round, Jayshon Barham. I mean, I just can't help but fall for guys like this every single year, man. I'm telling you, these guys, I mean, they're not just coming, they're here. These tweener types, coaches just have such a better understanding of how to use these guys. Dallas was saying they're going to start by using him off ball and then like maybe ease his way into edge. And I love that because you already feel pretty good at edge if you're Dallas with, you've got Rashawn Gary there. You've got Ezra Raku there. he's not going to be expected to come in at start at edge. He can kind of moonlight there and get like maybe 2 or 3 snaps a game at edge, get some crazy third down packages going. So that's just another, like, love the player at a great spot for him. You know, I mean, man, going defense first 3 picks, absolutely love it. Again, they didn't have a ton of picks to work with, but they absolutely maximized what they had. Yeah, I love Dallas's draft. I'll give him an A too. Wolf is in here saying, let's go Browns. Dude, you might have just missed it, but we were talking about your Browns, and I got to say, I got to hand it to Andrew Berry. I think he cooked again. I think he did it again. He's one of the most inconsistent GMs in the sport, but I don't know, man. He made it work. We also got Nico Marks in here. Appreciate you tuning in. Got the Eagles picture. Thoughts on the Eagles and how good they will be next season. Also, what do you think of the players that we drafted? You know, it's funny you bring that up because there was a very significant Eagles move that happens during the draft that I do want to get into. And it just so happens to involve my favorite team. Eagles get an A. Okay. I might go a little lower on the Eagles, to be honest with you. I like their draft for the most part. I think I'm feeling a little bit more B than A for the Eagles. Some of that is just like, I don't know. I'm just not as high on Eli Stowers personally. I see the appeal. I don't know. You got to get another tight end in there, right? I guess Dallas Goedert is there for now, and he can be the Y, and Stowers will be more of a move tight end, put him in the slot, like tall receiver type. I don't know. His upside is Darren Waller, but there's also a world where he's like a very Mike Gesicki coded player, which is cool, but like there's a reason Mike Gesicki can't consistently see the field, if you know what I'm saying. But at pick 54, I think it's fine. Mekhi Lemon at pick 20, I like a good amounts. I mean, A.J. Brown is gone, right? So you got to get another receiver in there. It is going to be very interesting to see how Lemon's game is going to mesh with Jalen Hurts. I mean, the whole thing is Hurts doesn't necessarily excel at throwing over the middle, and that's kind of where Lemon lives a little bit. But we'll see, man. I mean, they're going to make it as easy as possible for him, and to his credit, like Hurts has improved at a lot of things throughout his NFL career. So I'm not necessarily saying he can't do it, but with hiring Sean Mannion and just the way the Eagles are talking and then the guys that they bring in this offseason, like this offense is getting a makeover and it's going to be a little bit more pro style. So the picks at least make sense. Cole Payton, 5th round. I mean, hey, first of all, horns up, right? Let's go, baby. Let's go, Bison. Just make him Taysom Hill, bro. Just make him Taysom Hill. I don't want to see Cole Payton taking like actual quarterback snaps. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, but he's a crazy athlete. Let's get some weird 2 quarterback sets going with Cole Payton and Jalen Hurts. I hope that's the plan there. Uar Bernard, round 7. That's just so sick, right? International pathway player, had one of the craziest workouts of all time, right? Posted, I think it might have been a 10 RAS. And also, cool little thing about this, beyond just being an awesome story, and it's a 7th round pick, so who knows, right? I did not know this, but true fact, if you take an international pathway player in the draft, you get an extra roster spot. So it's like, why not, right? You're taking a shot on a guy with crazy, crazy tools. You're going to have to teach him a lot. I mean, he's very new to football, right? But he's a 7th round pick and you don't even lose a roster spot for it. I mean, that's just savvy business. That's just your typical Howie Roseman, like, genius stroke, I guess. I know everyone glazes this guy at this time of year, but it's just it's as great as a 7th round, 251st overall pick can possibly be, if you know what I'm saying, right? It's a great 7th round pick for that reason. So I think overall, I like the Eagles draft a good amount. I'll give them a B. I will say though, for Philly, I love the Jonathan Grenard trade. We'll catch up a chat and then we'll talk a little Jonathan Grenard because I've got some stuff to say on both sides. Yeah, valid, Jack. That's if you factor in the Grenard trade, you probably might bump him up to an A. That's fair to say. It was good to see a Bison get selected. Oh yeah, hey, couple of them. Nico's biggest worry is out of everything, the offensive line last season. It was horrible. Maybe you're over-exaggerating, but he did watch every Eagles game. You need to fix that. Saquon was not as good. No. Here's the thing, right? You are absolutely right. And I think this was one of the undercovered storylines from last year and one of like the underrated reasons for the Eagles not being quite as good last year. Their offensive line was not as good. It was not some crazy elite unit. A lot of it had to do with Lane Johnson being hurt and Landon Dickerson getting hurt. I mean, they just dealt with a lot of injuries, but there's not a ton of depth in that unit right now. And they just keep losing a guy here or there. And so, yeah, like when Lane Johnson misses half the season or however long he missed, like, I don't know, you got Fred Johnson out there and it just doesn't hit the same. Landon Dickerson's out, and I mean, I can't even remember like who they had out there instead of him, but like, and even when Dickerson came back, he was obviously hurt. So yeah, I think that is fair to be worried about the offensive line a little bit. And, you know, they take Markel Bell, 3rd round, big guy, classic, like, well, you don't even have Jeff Stoutland there anymore either. That's the other thing, is like a classic Jeff Stoutland guy. You don't even have him there anymore either, but you have to just trust the organization to develop these guys. But I will say that is a very valid point. Only one offensive lineman in the class. No, they got Micah Morris too. Okay, 2 offensive linemen. That's a little bit easier to stomach, but first 2 picks back to back going pass catcher. Would have liked. Yeah, I think that might be the most valid gripe about this class. Maybe you would have wanted them to go offensive line instead of Stowers with pick 54. But no, I'm with you. That is an underrated aspect of this Eagles team, is the offensive line is decaying a little bit. You're a patient guy, but I better get to the Lions soon. Well, I tell you what, we'll hit Jonathan Grenard, and then we'll get to the Lions. How about that? I got you, man. I got you. Would I say the Cowboys pick maxed? Absolutely. Dude, they mogged the draft. All right. Jonathan Grenard traded to the Eagles. I think this is an awesome trade for Philly. Give up 2 third-round picks, 1 this year, 1 next year, and then they immediately sign him to an extension. 4 years, $100 million, about $25 million a year. Man, that is a great trade for Philly, who needed edge help after losing Jalen Phillips in free agency, right? And another unit that's like slowly just getting picked at a little bit is the defensive front, especially the edges, right? But to get a true, like, actual Pro Bowl caliber edge, I know Grenard's numbers weren't crazy last year. I don't know, man. Don't let this fool you. He was injured. He was still hooping. He was still constantly beating his man. He was our best edge, straight up. He's, as much as I love Ginky, Grenard was our best edge. As much as I might like Dallas Turner, like, Grenard was easily the best of that group, right? I don't know, man. Like, he had 0 sacks in this Monday Night Bears game, but my Lord, if you turn on the tape, like, he was just frying whoever they put in front of him. He dominated that game. You know what I'm saying? And again, just weird year with injuries and stuff like that. And he did struggle to, like, finish off some pressures and actually turn them into sacks. But I mean, look, he's like, what, 28 years old? Will turn 29. I am not too worried about him as long as he's healthy. He's been a really good player for a few years now. It addresses a need for Philly. Honestly, $25 million a year for Grenard really isn't that bad. I really don't think it's that bad. You save $5 million compared to Jalen Phillips, and they're a very similar caliber of player. Only 2 third-round picks? Dude. And then maybe not a lot of depth, but holy smokes. Look at this defensive starting lineup. I mean, that is just on. I mean, they might, health permitting, they might be on the inside track to have, if not the best defense in the league next season, this is a top 3 defense if they stay relatively healthy. Good Lord, dude, this is loaded. I mean, it's crazy. Especially, like, we'll see how Rick Woolen does, but don't you just love a motivated Rick Woolen with Vic Fangio, right? And you've got Mitchell, DeGene. I mean, yeah, we don't need to read off the starting lineup or whatever, but getting in Jonathan Grenard, fantastic move for Philly. As for the Vikings, man, I'm disappointed. I'll be completely honest with you. I get it to an extent. Sure, whatever, fine. We didn't want to pay him. We weren't going to pay him. We might as well at least get something right. Fine, whatever. We have cap issues, I know. But isn't it just crazy how, oh my gosh, well, yeah. Guys, we have to bring back TJ Hawkinson this year. We have to, like, move his deal around so we're not going to cut him. We're still going to keep him. Guys, we have to bring Aaron Jones back, right? Move some money around to bring back Aaron Jones. Jonathan Grenard, though, our best edge? Nah, get out of town. 2 third-round picks? That's A-okay. What are we doing? Are we rebuilding or not? I know we can't keep everyone, but why are we bringing back the washed unks on offense and getting rid of one of our best players on defense? Our strat is like, you know what, Brian Flores? We're going to keep taking away ingredients from you, keep saving us, keep cooking. Supreme Leader KOC demands that 90% of the cap space goes to our offense, so we may finally have a top 10 unit. Don't have a real GM right now, by the way, either. I mean, yeah, the draft is over and now we're starting our search for GM, right? What great timing with that. I don't know. It's just like, dude, I'm sorry. We could have paid $25 million a year for Jonathan Grenard. We totally could have. We just chose not to. We didn't have to bring back some of these guys on offense. If we let go of Hawkinson and Aaron Jones and brought back Grenard, we would be better off for it, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. We're trying to have our cake and eat it too, right? And it's like, I don't know. Our regime is moving like they're not on the hot seat right now, and I'm starting to think they really aren't. Like, we could win 7 games, and it's, guys, trust the process. We're going to do another competitive rebuild. Heaven forbid we actually be bad for one season. Like, we're still going to, like, bring in these old vets and shoot for 8 wins and then just pray. I don't know. Better hope JJ McCarthy is good. Respectfully, I hope he doesn't play this year, to be completely honest with you. I want Kyler to start all 17 games. Let's see, like, the Kyler move, like, got me excited. And it's like, you know what? Let's go. Like, we upgraded at quarterback. Like, this is the best possible thing that could have happened to us. Like, all right, let's go. We're retooling. You know, our window isn't huge. And, like, we're probably not going to win the Super Bowl with Kyler Murray. But let's win a playoff game maybe, right? Maybe that could be our ceiling. It's like, I'm with you, Spectre. Like, and a lot of people in chat seem to be agreeing with this. It's like, we didn't have to do this. We truly did not have to do this. It's like the whole meme where it's like the guy putting the metal bar in his bicycle or whatever, and then he falls over and is like, like, that was us, dude. We did not have to do this. But it's fine. It's Dallas Turner time, I guess. I don't know. I felt a little bit better about Dallas Turner when he was like a high-end rotational piece that could, like, step in should Grenard or Van Ginkel get hurt. Because that's, like, Van Ginkel's dealt with injury some, and it's like, I don't know, dude, if Andrew Van Ginkel misses, like, 4 games this year, we're cooked. It's over. I don't know, man. So I think, unfortunately, this move made us a lot worse, and I'm still going to get excited about the Vikings, and I'll still probably talk myself into us being, like, the 7th seed or something, but we didn't have to do that, man. All right. Stop stalling. Get to Keith Abney Jr. Let's talk about the Lions, a class that I actually like a good amount. Let's talk about the Lions. We have to scroll a little bit to find them. Rutrow. Okay, it's a B, though. I mean, here's what I'll say. There is honestly not a ton of, like, egregiously bad classes. First pick, Blake Miller. Love it. Love it. I mean, he was one of the guys that I didn't necessarily have going in my doc mock, but I totally saw the vision with him. Maybe you worry about him being more right tackle than left tackle, but with Sewell sliding over to left tackle, let's go. Can slide in, right tackle, day one. Great athlete, big size, Dan Campbell-y guy, and unlike the Eagles, if you're the Lions, you still have your prolific offensive line coach in Hank Fraley. So, yeah, love it, love it. Derek Moore, 2nd round, you know, maybe slightly higher than I would have expected him to go, but I do like addressing edge, especially with Al-Qadim Muhammad. I think he left in free agency, right? And even with him, just not a lot of depth up front rushing the passer. It is something that they've been trying to fix for a long, long time now. So I like taking a shot on Derek Moore. And then Jimmy Rolder, he's a guy that, like, some people might have seen as a reach. I don't know. I like his game. And I think, especially as a developmental piece with Jack Campbell and Malcolm Rodriguez already there, I like the Jimmy Rolder pick a lot. You know what? Beefing up the depth at linebacker a little bit. We've seen those guys get injured a little bit before, and the defense has really suffered when they've been out. So I like that. Also kind of funny, they're going back-to-back Michigan guys. And then Keith Abney Jr., I'm going to be completely real with you, man. I don't really have that much of a Keith Abney take. I haven't really dived into him at all. But I will say, it's nice getting another corner. And he seems to have the build that the Lions like, 6 foot. They like these bigger, longer guys, especially with how much man and press they play. So it makes sense. Just even looking at that, even though I couldn't tell you too much about him as a player, as lame as this might be, seeing his build, it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a Lions corner right there. I can get down with that. Not a bad draft. I do like the Blake Miller pick. I was going to feel good about pretty much whatever lineman the Lions took just because that coaching staff is so good at developing them. I would have slightly preferred a Hennisher, but I totally get it with Blake Miller. I totally get it. So, I mean, they needed to get tackle. Tackle was an emergency for them. Having only Sewell, not having Taylor Decker anymore, yeah, that was nice. Solid draft. Hit some positions needed, mile markers saying, oh yeah. Genius Vikings cap strategy. Let's see this. Maybe you could fix the Vikings. You might be the next Rob Brzezinski. Where did it go? I saw it for a second. Just go into the season without any players on the roster, dude. I'm sure some people have tried that in Madden before. I mean, I guess that would fix our cap situation. Except for if you cut guys, then you have to take on the dead cap. So low-key, that would make our cap worse, if anything. Aaron Jones clears Grenard. All right, bro. Sure. Yeah, sure. Aaron Jones. He's good for the locker room, I guess. I mean, I don't know. He better not be leading us in carries this year. That's all I'll say. But we just have to have him. Guys, we just have to have TJ Hawkinson back. A lot of ASU fans are talking him up. ASU, they had some nice players in this draft. They really did. They've got a solid program going there. Vikings got Kyler Murray back. Was it March? Yeah, it was right around when free agency started. For vet minimum, by the way, which is kind of nice. Of course, that's with Howie's mandated 4 void years. Yeah, dude, it's like, dude, why do we keep just letting him do this? It's truly crazy, man. The league just rolls over for Howie, I guess. It's fine. All right, we'll hit a few more draft classes here, and then I want to get into some of these games. I'll talk about the Vikings draft if you guys insist. Let me find it here. Oh boy, we have to scroll a little bit. I know Mel Kiper probably hated our draft. Oh, we're in the season. I haven't found it yet. We'll get to the Rams soon enough. Trust. No way. Wow, he hates us. He hated our draft. Well, call me crazy, Mr. Vikings fan. I actually kind of like this draft a good amount. I'll say it's better than a C. I'll give it a B. Caleb Banks is a crazy swing, and I totally get that. And there's very real injury concerns with him, right? Broken foot with a guy that size is a little worrisome. But, bro, look at his first step. I mean, there's no one that big that should be moving like that, right? Bro, look at his bag of pass rush moves. Look at the way he ragdolls guys in the run game. I mean, dude. Oh, come on. I mean, my Lord. His upside is crazy. He has a ceiling of being one of the best players in the draft. It's not a given that he'll hit it. Totally fair. Injury concerns are real. You have to pray that his foot holds up. He got a CT scan, right? There's a Vikings fan on Twitter who's also a surgeon who's like, it's okay. I've seen this injury before. He'll be okay, right? Everyone in the Vikings organization is like, it's okay. His foot's fine, right? Here's what I'll say. In this Brian Flores defense, remember how nice Christian Wilkins was? That's what we could be seeing. That's what we could be seeing. It's possible. And we needed another guy up front. I love Jalen Redmond, but we needed another guy up front. And then to double down and get Dominique Orange, big citrus as the true nose, all of a sudden, just like what I was saying on draft night, right? Where it's like, okay, they take Caleb Banks. Right now they've got Redmond listed as the nose, but you might feel better about Redmond at 3-tech, and Banks is definitely more of a 3-tech than a nose. So who's the nose going to be? Boom. Get one of the best pure noses in the draft in Dominic Orange. Let's freaking go. Love this pick. Jake Goldie makes a little bit more sense, especially after trading Jonathan Grenard. He is probably going to be one of the depth pieces at edge now. He's listed at off-ball linebacker, but he can play a little bit of both. He's got crazy athleticism, great size. He can drop back into coverage. If anything, he might be the eventual Van Ginkel replacement, but he adds a little bit of depth there, and he's a Brian Flores guy through and through. Sure, let's go. Caleb Tiernan, I was mad about. He's a big tackle, but like, I don't know. I guess it's nice to get some depth at tackle, but I didn't think he was like some crazy steal in round 3. I do love the Jacoby Thomas pick, though. Heat-seeking missile at safety. Another good fit for Flores defense. We're going to blitz this guy. He's going to lay people out. I love it. Hitman replacement. Obviously won't be as good, but like, you know, he might beat out Jay Ward for the starting job by week 1. You know what I'm saying? Max Bredesen listed at tight end, but he's really going to be a fullback for us. I like that. CJ Ham's out. Bring a new fullback in. I think it's a pretty good draft, but I love the Dominic Orange pick, and I feel even better about the Caleb Banks pick after going and get Dominic Orange in round 2. So I like I'm fairly pleased with the Vikings draft. I'm pretty sad about Grenard though, but Spectre saying Goldie is a decent coverage backer as well. I know, dude. It's nice having that guy that can kind of play all over. You know, I'm a sucker for guys like this. He's not bad, man. He can play a little bit. He can play. We'll hit the Packers, too. We'll hit the Packers. Oh, yeah. He hate me reference. Not intentional. If there was one, it was not intentional. Had a better team than my favorite team. If you're referring to the Rams, they certainly did. They certainly did. If I was the Vikings GM, what would I try and get for Justin Jefferson? Nothing. We ain't traded him. Nice try. No, I mean... If, like, we had a disaster season next year and Jefferson is like, trade me or I am going to just retire or whatever. I mean, I don't know how much leverage we'd have, but I don't know. Call me, like, would he get 2 firsts? Probably. I'd like to think, right? Jefferson for 2 firsts? That seems fair. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a little delulu. AJ Brown is probably going to get traded for 1 first. And I'll be like, that's it. That's the market. I don't know. But at least, I mean, dude, if we got like a 2nd and a 3rd or something, it's like, it's so unbelievably over. But yeah. All right, let's hit the Packers. Quick notes on the Packers. It was a quiet night for them. Quiet draft, I should say. Didn't have a lot of picks. They kind of ate their vegetables a little bit. Brandon Cisse, you want to talk about another guy where just like you look at his build and you look at his profile and it's like, oh yeah, that's a Packer right there, right? Big, long corner. Makes sense, right? They kind of struggled with corner depth last year, so I like addressing that. Trey Smack, kicker, round 6. I totally like that. Brandon McManus was a horrible kicker and an even worse person, and so bringing in the best kicker in the draft, I totally like that. I mean, dude, like, McManus sold them so hard last year. They couldn't possibly bring him back, right? So I certainly like that. I'm going to be completely real with you, bro. Other than that, I don't have a ton of notes on the Packers draft. I know I'm a casual. I'm stupid. But maybe at a later date, we can have a more in-depth conversation once I dive into some more of these guys. You know, it sucks because like last year, y'all got Savion Williams in round 4 and we were both like, let's go. Like, hey, there you go. Like, this is a guy we both kind of did our homework on. So it was nice to like see that, and we're both like, yeah, we totally see the vision with him and LaFleur's offense. But like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a Damani Jackson take, to be completely honest with you, but that's okay. Oh, we got James in here as well. You know what? We will get to the Bills. Let's get to the Bills next. I was alluding to them earlier. We have another Bills fan in here as well. Let's talk about the Bills. And I know you and I had a good conversation about the Bills draft this past week too. Appreciate you tuning in though. Let's go. All right, Buffalo Bills, B- from Mel Kiper. Honestly, that seems pretty fair. Again, I like the triple trade back, loading up on picks. I think TJ Parker makes a good amount of sense for them, even though, sure, maybe edge isn't the biggest need right now. I don't know. It has been something that has plagued Buffalo for a long time, and more than anything else, that's kind of why they've been losing these games in the playoffs. You get a big, long, lengthy edge. I think Parker at pick 35 is totally fair. I will say, like, from there, I don't know, going corner is fine, I guess. Jude Bowery is a pick that's grown on me a lot. And I will say, this was something that was pointed out. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what podcast it was at this point. But someone made a very good point, and I can't give credit right now. But I'm sure you probably know this better than anyone, James. You know, the Bills' big thing, 2024, was 6 offensive linemen, 6 lineman sets, right? bringing in, it was Alec Anderson, right? He was like the wild card extra offensive lineman, and they just run the ball down your throat, and it was awesome. Loved it. And then this past year, 2025, they like barely did it at all. They really didn't do it. And it was something that was like on my radar. I even remember like the week 1 Bills Ravens stream. I was like, let's look for these 6 offensive lineman sets for the Bills. And then they just didn't really do it this past year. I do wonder if Jude Bowery is going to be that new 6 offensive lineman. Maybe that's crazy, but they lost a little bit of mass on the offensive line last year. It was Bootleg Football podcast. Brett Coleman, EJ Snyder, they were saying like, Bills lost some guys. They didn't quite have the size of that 6 offensive lineman to maybe do that. Now maybe they're doing that with Jude Bowery. Skylar Bell, round 4. Love it. Maybe not the biggest need ever getting a receiver, but I mean, there's just too much talent and upside not to take him at this point. And you can never have enough receivers. That's been something that's been plaguing them for a while. Jalen Kilgore, round 5. Like that pick a lot. Yeah. Haas became the new 6 offensive lineman, basically. Jumbo with Alec. Well, there you go. Well, whatever we can do to get that back on the table. I mean, Joe Brady is still there, right? Because I loved when they pulled that out in 2024. That was one of my favorite things to watch. And as you know better than anyone, I used to get on the Bills so much for like just being the most Nyheim Hines coded team ever. So it's been nice to see the evolution of just like ground and pound and like really building the running game around James Cook and Josh Allen and then hitting big plays off of that. Let's get back to that in 2026. Knocked up. Knicks up 8 after 1. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We need that energy for the Timber Puppies tonight. James says we love to ignore run defense. Yeah, that is true. That is still probably the biggest concern that you have about Buffalo, right? I have to imagine. That's fair. But you know what? I think it's a solid draft. Spectre saying Beans targeted positions. We've had injuries at the past, corner, edge, and linebacker. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Doc Dodge is talking about the Rams for another few minutes. All right. Let's do it. Let's go in on the Rams. All right. Appreciate you tuning in, Jack. And you know what? Let's go Knicks. Go New York. Go New York. Go. Yeah, let's talk about the Rams. I think Kuiper gave him like a C+ or something. Coward. C+. I'm sorry, dude. No, this is not a C+. I did not like the Rams draft whatsoever, and maybe a lot of it is carried by the first round pick, but it is just, I don't know. You realize, like, Ty Simpson is going to have to be so good for this to actually work. I just can't get down with this, man. This is the most obvious Super Bowl window. This is the most obvious short-term Super Bowl window of any team in the NFL. You've gotten a gift from God to be picking 13th overall with this Falcons trade last year. You are able to essentially treat this like an extension of free agency, bring in someone who might actually put you over the top. They had a clear need at wide receiver, getting that third guy with the injury histories of Puka and Devontae. Could have even gone tackle. Like, you could have gotten real crazy and gone like Monroe Freeling and put him at right tackle. You could have gone Reuben Bain for all you care. Like, and just have the craziest D-line ever. But instead, you take a guy who in a perfect world is not going to play a single snap for you this season when you're in a spot where you're trying to win the Super Bowl right now. And you just think, if there's any organization that would get this, it would be the Rams, the literal team of F them picks. If there's any team that would get right now as our shot, who cares about 2027? We're trying to win the Super Bowl right now. You would think it would be the Rams. And I just think on top of that, I've just not been the biggest fan of Ty Simpson. Honestly, if anyone took him 13th overall, I would have been like, I don't know, that's a bit much. And it's like, what's the vision here? And it's like, and some people have made this point too, like, oh, Ty Simpson is walking into such a great situation, right? It is fair to acknowledge a couple of things. One, we're all just kind of assuming this is Matthew Stafford's last year, but also he said many times, like, he's willing to play as long as he wants, right? And he's willing to play as long as, like, the Rams will have him. The Rams are willing to have him for as long as he's willing to play. He won MVP. Like, he had the best year of his career last year, you know? Like, health concerns notwithstanding, it's not like he's showing any signs of falling off or anything. We're just kind of assuming, like, oh, he's going to fall off soon or, like, retire or whatever. I don't know, dude. What if he plays, like, another 3 years? Let's say Ty Simpson, let's say he even plays 2 more years. Ty Simpson comes in year 3. The whole thing is, oh, he's going to be going into such a great situation, right? But pretty much all the Rams' offensive line is no longer going to be under contract. Devontae Adams is going to be 2 years older. Who knows if he'll even be there. And Sean McVay, for as great as he's been, like, every season seems to flirt with retiring and going to TV. It's like, dude, like, they might not even be that great of a situation 2 years from now when Simpson actually plays. Like, I don't know, man. This screams Penix, but this is almost worse because I think Simpson is, like, even a little bit worse of a prospect than Penix. And it's like, what are you doing? This is your shot. This was your chance. Why now? If you really wanted to, like, it's not like Ty Simpson is some caliber of quarterback prospect where it's like, oh my gosh, we're never going to see someone like this or get the chance to get someone like this ever again. Like, I don't know. Could have just gotten Garrett Nussmeier in round 6, apparently. I get that the medicals were a little scary with him. Max Clare, another tight end. I think that's hilarious. Just getting another tight end. Sure, why not, right? He adds a little bit in the receiving game. You're just trying to diversify that room a little bit. And they only had so many picks. But I'm sorry, man. This might be my least favorite draft simply because they didn't have a lot of picks. They had a golden opportunity, and they blew it, man. I'm sorry. I think they blew it. I also didn't like the 49ers draft either. I'm not really willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for, like, going against the consensus big board so much because they have not really had good drafts recently. I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, they were going against the consensus big board, but they were getting all these crazy classes. I mean, when's the last time the 49ers have put together, like, a really good, solid class and not, you know, like they've had a lot of whiffs recently, man. So I don't know. Like, I like Stribling a decent amount, but not at 33rd overall. Kalen Black in round 3 is crazy, you know? Like, they're just, like, taking so many big reaches and swings. I don't know. So I didn't really like this class. We'll give them an F, too. We're giving out Fs. Mel Kiper's not mean enough. We're giving out Fs. Yeah, you're right, Sebastian. Which really sucks for the Vikings. Because he's like, given all the bad classes C's. And look where we are. Dog, we're below the Jaguars. Yikes. Yeah. I didn't love the Jaguars class either, but honestly, let James Gladstone cook. He's insane, but I'm willing to hear him out at least. And also, I love Pregnon in round 3. That's such a steal. I love Pregnon in round 3. But yeah, man, that was the draft. I don't know. I'm sure at some point we'll get into, like, other teams, and I'm really excited for a few weeks from now when I do what's going to be an annual tradition where I do a post-draft, really post-off-season moves team tier list where I'm going to, like, pretty much rank every team and, like, put them into categories. Y'all saw it last year. At least most of you did, right? You can always just go look it up for reference or whatever. But I'm super excited for that. So we'll really get into these teams when we do that. That's a hefty stream. That one's usually like 3 hours long. But we spent an hour talking about the draft. As promised now, right? This is a very school-coded stream. We gave out some grades, and now we're going to be doing a few quizzes. Old Reliable, Immaculate Grid, and then going to be playing 2 new games today. One game that I've never played on stream before, StatPad. Adore this game. Try and play it pretty consistently. And then a new game that I have never played before today and also never played on stream. Shout out the homie, the producer, Caden, for putting me on Sicko Trivia. We've got about 30 minutes until the Timberwolves game starts. So let's have some fun and take a few quizzes here, right? Happy finals week, everyone. Let's go. All right. Here we've got for the grid. And as always, y'all in chat are welcome to help out. We already got a Jabbar Gaffney poll, which is crazy. We've got Patriots, Jets, Patriots, Texans, Patriots, Commanders, Chargers, Jets, Chargers, Texans, Chargers, Commanders, and then 3,000-yard passing seasons for the Jets, Texans, and Commanders. right off the bat, Jabbar Gaffney for Texans Pats. That's crazy. Yeah, we'll go with Jabbar Gaffney. I had no idea that he played for the Texans, to be completely honest with you. My first thought probably would have been like Rex Burkhead. You could also get Vince Wilfork, although Wilfork would probably get a pretty big score. Brandon Cooks you could get for this as well. All right. Oh, I can't get old reliable. I can't get Steve Gregory for Patriots Chargers. I thought I was going to be able to pull that out, but they're not. They don't intersect. That's tough. Okay. We move. Oh, I want to say David Harris for Jets Patriots. Good player for a minute, honestly. David Harris. Good comp for CJ Allen, too. Let's go. David Harris, 0.5%. Let's go, baby. Eagle Eyes has done StatPad every single day since you saw Bengal make a video on it. Let's go. Let's go. And also, I might have missed your evening message earlier. Appreciate you tuning in, Eagle Eyes. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I love StatPad. All right. David Harris mentioned in 2026. Commanders Pats. Ooh, low-key a tricky one, I feel like. Albert Hainsworth is the first one that comes to mind, but we could do better than that. I might come back to that one. Jets Chargers, you can get Antonio Cromartie. You can get LaDainian Tomlinson. I believe you can get Danny Woodhead. Why do I want to say Kellen Clements? But that scares me. Did he play for the Chargers? Lorenzo Neal for Jets Chargers. That's a good pull. I'm a little scared to do Kellen Clemens, but there is a gut. Like, I know for sure he played for the Jets. There is a small voice in my head telling me that he also played for the Chargers. Oh, yeah, you could have gotten Gaffney for that. Gibson. Oh, Antonio Gibson. You're right. You know, we'll do Antonio Gibson. I like that. Man, remember him? 25%. That's a little bit higher than I expected. I guess that's fair. Ignore my Stafford slander. Ruh-roh. Oh. Yeah, McVay Sneeder saying that he's washed. His MVP season is no better than 2019 Aaron Rodgers. No, you know what? He had the most ethical MVP season of all time, actually. All right. We're going to come back to that. Also, why do I think Nate Kading? But I think I'm just thinking that because Nate Kading missed all those kicks in the playoffs against the Jets. Oh my gosh. There's someone that immediately popped into my head for Chargers Texans, and it's a decent pull, but I cannot think of their name. But it's a lineman. It's a defensive lineman. Oh my gosh. This is going to kill me. I don't know. All right. Commanders Chargers. Let's get some 3,000-yard passing seasons too. We'll get Jason Campbell. Let's go. 4%. We'll take like anything under 5. We'll take for the 3,000-yard passing seasons. Texans. That's a tricky one just because they're such a new team. There's like only so many seasons to pick from. You've got Matt Schaub and Deshaun Watson. Those are the two obvious ones. And CJ Stroud. Schaub, Watson, Stroud are the obvious ones. Other than that, did Fitzpatrick get there? See, it's tough. Like, Fitzpatrick was there for one season. I don't know if he was like injured at all, and that might have killed it, you know? I don't think Tom Savage ever got there. Brock Osweiler might have. Screw it. No! Oh, dang it. Dang it. Low-key, Matt Schaub might be the best pull for this, honestly. Dang it. Oh, man. All right. Well, we're going to get one wrong. We're going to send it with Kellen Clemens here. Jets 3,000-yard passing season. Fitzpatrick. Oh, but I feel like that'll be a decently high one. 6%? Okay. Oh, Davis Mills. Yeah. All right. We're going to send it. If it's wrong, I don't want to end on it. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I don't know how I knew that he played for both those teams, genuinely. I have no idea how I knew that. That's crazy. He played 1 year at the end of his career with the Chargers. No, LA Chargers. Okay. He had a few years with the Chargers. That's insane. Let's go. Okay. We can get one more here. We can either get Chargers Texans or Chargers Commanders. This is going to kill me. I'm just trying to think of someone at this point. Oh, yeah. My ad blocker stays on. Well, it's not doing a very good job, clearly. I ain't trying to go on a cruise right now. I have mixed feelings about cruises. Also, I don't have cruise money right now either, unfortunately. Oh, you're talking about the little pop-up. Yeah, you know what? As much as I love Sport Reference, all the Sport Reference websites, I ain't supporting them like that with my ad blocker getting turned off. Okay. I know. Apparently, the cat noises is really getting to people. I don't know. Any of y'all got anything? I truly can't think of a pair. I truly can't think of a player for either of these pairs. Why do I want to say Nick Hardwick? Why do I want to say he ended his career at the Texans? Nope. That sucks. Oh, well. That's tough. Who could I have gotten? Who are the obvious answers? Oh, Tyrod Taylor and Austin Eckler. Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't even think of them. Okay. Well, that was Immaculate Grid. Let's jump into StatPad now. I love this game. The gist of this game, pretty simple, but it'll give you a statistical category, give you a team and a little date range, and your goal is to try and guess the person who is the highest in this category for a single season. So, like, for example, Patriots receiving yards 2020 to 2025. This is a tricky one because they've had some pretty bad receiver play throughout this stretch. Like, low-key, Diggs might be up there, man, from this past season, right? It could be 2025 Diggs. Man, okay, 2021, the year they made the playoffs with Mac Jones. Who was their leading receiver then? I mean, it wasn't Kendrick Bourne, was it? We're going to go Stephon Diggs. Oh my gosh. The sideline peer. I know exactly what you're talking about. But we'll do 2025 Diggs. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the highest one. That's crazy. Oh, Jacoby Myers. Yep, okay. But see what I mean? For those of y'all that haven't played this game, this is the gist of it. I love this. Let's go. All right, we got the best one. Bang. All right, Alabama. So they went to Alabama between 2020 to 2025. Immediately I'm thinking there's Devontae Smith, there's Jalen Waddle. So it might be maybe this past season Devontae Smith. Although wasn't he hurt for a little bit, but he was good. There was Jalen Waddle 2022 probably with Mike McDaniel. Other Alabama receivers. Calvin Ridley. Low-key, it could be Calvin Ridley 2020. It might be 2020 Calvin Ridley. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. No, it's only for one season, so you have to, like, recall the season. Oh, let's go, baby. All right, let's go. Here we go. Oh, Atlanta Falcons, 1980 to 2025, and they cannot be drafted in the first round. I don't think Roddy White was a first rounder. I'm not going to look it up. No one in chat tell me. I don't think Roddy White was a first rounder. And if that's the case, 2010 Roddy White has got to be the number one answer here, right? But what if he was like a late first rounder? Oh, he was a first round pick. Okay, I thought I was cooking. And it can't be Julio. It can't be Calvin Ridley. Was Tony Gonzalez a first round pick? Could it be like late career Tony Gonzalez? What year? Maybe 2011 Tony G? He was a first round pick, dude. I'm horrible. Tony Martin. Tony Martin. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I actually don't know who Tony Martin is. We might put that on the back burner. Okay. Miami Hurricanes, 1980 to 2025. What year did Michael Irvin, like Michael Irvin had a lot of good years. What was the year from Michael Irvin? Got to be early 90s, right? Maybe 93 Michael Irvin? Oh, okay. 95 Michael Irvin. Oh, Andre Johnson would have been good too. Okay. That was a decent pull though. Bears, 2020 to 2025. It's got to be 2023 DJ Moore, no? He went crazy that year. Let's go. Okay. We've done all right for ourselves. Unfortunately, we ruined the aura by getting a few wrong here. Let's just do Tony Martin and see what happens. Bruh. Yeah, we're cooking, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to do Brian Finneran. Honestly, I should have come up with Brian Finneran a lot sooner. What, 2003 maybe? Yikes. Not the right Brian Finneran year. Yeah, I was not getting Alfred Jenkins or Terrence Mathis, unfortunately. Well, we almost did really well. I got 3 of the 100th percentile answers. But, that's tough. 98. See, I should have paid better attention to the John Boys, the Dorktown documentary. Harry Douglas, 2013. That's a nice call right there. Yeah. Did he have 1,000 yards that year? I believe he did, didn't he? That was a good pull. All right. 58%. Yeah, the Falcons one killed me. That's tough. But we did all right otherwise. All right. Last one. There's a few different ones we could do for this one. This is Sicko Trivia. And I got to say, I played the Saints one today just to see what this was all about. There's a few different ones here. There's also a fantasy one. I've not tried it. I was just put onto this game like a few hours ago, and I already love it. Playing the Saints one, it's like, yep, this is my kind of thing. And I think that y'all in chat will like this as well. So we're going to play a few rounds of Sicko Trivia before we sign off, and I go cheer on the Timber Puppies here. All right. Let's start with the Minnesota Vikings. It's just a simple quiz. Minnesota Vikings trivia. Today's eras that are going to be covered on here, there's 5 questions. We've got the 2000s, 2020s, 2010s, and the 1990s. Oh boy. All right. Nice wide range of different times. Nothing too early, although low-key, the 70s might be a decent spot for the Vikings. But all right. What Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback did defensive tackle Jimmy Kennedy sack in Week 7 of the 2009 season? Well, that is Ben Roethlisberger. We ended up losing that game, actually. Jimmy Kennedy is a crazy name, though. I have not thought of Jimmy Kennedy in years. Which cornerback intercepted Matt Schaub in Week 9 of the 2008 season against the Houston Texans? Oh, my gosh. Immediately, I'm going to think it's got to be either Cedric Griffin or Antoine Winfield. I'm going to guess Cedric Griffin. No, it was definitely Winfield. Dang it. Dude, I love this. This is so, crazy. What linebacker forced a fumble in Week 14 of the 2024 season against the Atlanta Falcons? Oh, my Lord. I watched this game, obviously. I'm trying to remember this play. It wasn't Van Ginkel, was it? It might have been Andrew Van Ginkel. Nope, that's crazy. Which wide receiver had a 100-yard receiving game again in Week 4? Oh my gosh, I know this one. This is Jerome Simpson. This was in London against the Steelers. This is Jerome Simpson. Let's go. Come on. Which defensive lineman sacked Brett Favre twice? John Randall, probably. It's the last one. There's no way it's actually John Randall. Juwan Clemens. I was not coming up with that. Brian Asamoah. Holy smokes, that's right. Wasn't it on a kickoff? See, dude, this is crazy. Yep, Antoine Winfield. This is sick. I'm going to start playing this game every day. That's insane. If there's anyone, I don't know, do I dare try the Lions and see how I fare on that, right? I know we got some different teams represented in chat here. Maybe the Bills, maybe the Eagles. That's crazy. Let's try the fantasy one. I do not know what this fantasy one is. I'm assuming it's just fantasy football centric. This is crazy. Brian Asamoah. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right. Which quarterback scored the most PPR points in Week 5 of the 2019 season against the Atlanta Falcons? We have multiple choice here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait. 2019 season, Week 5, Atlanta Falcons. That's got to be... Was that Russ? No. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember this game now. I don't think it was Kyler Murray. Was it Teddy when he was playing with the Saints? I think it's Teddy. No! Dang it! Running back that scored the most PPR points in week 15 against the Eagles. That's David Johnson. I remember this game. This was Sunday Night Football. Let's go, baby. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Was it Deshaun? That's tough. I remember that game. Dude, let's go. Receiver that scored the most PPR points in week 2 of the 2018 season against the Green Bay Packers. I believe that was against the Bengals, right? So it had to be AJ Green. This was a crazy game. No! Oh! That's tough. Tight end that scored the most PPR points in week 7 of the 2014 season against the New York Giants. Oh my gosh. Ain't no way it was Gavin Escobar. Why do I feel like it's Dwayne Allen? Nope. Good Lord. I'm stinking it up. I'm stinking it up. Which player scored the most PPR points in week 14 of the 2013 season against the Dallas Cowboys? It cannot possibly be Derrick Rogers. Week 14, Dallas Cowboys. Could be Shane Vereen. Nope. Good Lord, I stunk it up, man. You really want to say it, Kaden? Nah, dude, I lost it. You can't say it now. I lost it. I'm washed. Back in 2012, they were right. Yeah. Okay, we got to redeem ourselves here. See, let's try the Lions, if that's even available. We'll do the Lions. Dude, I'm going to be, I don't know how well I'll do at this, but let's see. Which wide receiver led the line in receiving yards in 2005? Immediately, I'm thinking Roy Williams. Nice. Okay. Defensive tackle that forced a fumble in week 1 against the Rams. Could be Ndamukong Suh or sleeper pick here. Nick Fairley. Remember him? Oh, okay. Defensive end that recorded a sack in week 12 against the Texans. Gut feeling, Kyle Vanden Bosch. Nope. Yikes. 2 sacks in week 12 of the 2003 season against the Vikings? I don't know. That doesn't help. I wasn't around for this yet. Screw it. We'll do my name. Running back that scored a rushing touchdown in week 15 against the Chiefs, 2003. Yeah, that's tough, man. I don't know. Sean Bryson, Robert Porcher. Oh, Cliff Averill. I could have gotten that one at least. Corey Williams, I was not getting. Man. Yay, Lions. Yay, Lions. Man. All right. Well, we might have to get a redemption at some point. Is there a way I can play previous quizzes? No? Honestly, I don't hate that. It makes you come back for more. I get it. Man. Oh, that's fun, though. You know what? Let's try the Falcons. I don't think I'm going to do so hot. Okay. A lot of stuff from my time. We might actually do okay. We're going to see if we can end on a decently high note. Oh, no. Who intercepted Drew Lock? Oh, my gosh. Wait. I remember watching this game. This was Penix's first start. This was the first start of Michael Penix's career. Oh, who was it? I watched this game back in Cleveland, Georgia. Oh, I need a hint. 3 or 15. Oh, is it Jesse Bates? Wow. It is Jesse Bates, wasn't it? Yeah. All right. Tight end that scored a touchdown on 4th down. Kyle Pitts. I also remember this game. Great game. Crazy throw by Penix. All right. We're doing all right. What Lions QB did Marty Carter sack in week 11 of the 2000 season? See, this is more of a Lions question than a Falcons question. I don't know. Joey Harrington? Probably not right. Nope. Receiver that had 125 yards in week 18 of the 2021 season against the New Orleans Saints. Was that the last game of Julio? Or... Wait, no. Julio was gone by then, wasn't he? Oh. Hold on. Was it Cordero Patterson? No way. Julio left after the 2020 season. It's not Julio. It's not Calvin Ridley. I'm going to guess Cordell Patterson. Nope. Dang it. Oh, what's going to come to me? Was it Zacchaeus maybe? I don't know. Running back that scored in 2013 against the Saints, rushing touchdown. Steven Jackson's first year there. Could be end of Michael Turner's run. Could even be like Jason Snelling or something. This is a sicko quiz. There's no way it's Jason Snelling, is it? Dang it, it was Steven Jackson. Russell Gage, that's right. Okay, Charlie Batch. All right. You know what? I'm actually like fairly happy with that. We're just gonna have to get back in the lab, man. This Vikings one killed me, man. I could have done better. I am proud of the Jerome Simpson call, though. I was too cute with Cedric Griffin, though. Asamoah I wasn't getting, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who Dwayne Clemens is, unfortunately. But yeah, man. That's the stream. We went back to school today. You know, it's been a few years since I graduated from school, right? I'm a big dog now. I'm a real adult. But we got to give out some grades and take some quizzes. Timberwolves game starts in 10 minutes here. It was fun to talk draft with you guys. Fun to play around a little bit. It was good to be back after a week off. You know, originally, I had it down that next week would be the schedule release stream. But actually, unfortunately, I believe there's been a delay with the schedule release. At least that's what rumblings are. And so that might be 2 weeks from now. So here's what I'll say. Caden and I will probably have some talks in the next week over what next week's stream will be. But there might be something that gets moved up to next week that I am so happy for and I'm so excited for. And it might be the craziest, stupidest thing I've ever done. But it also could be an iconic stream that goes down in history. So that's what I'll say. But I will leave you guys with that as I sign off here. Until next time, again, I appreciate you guys so much. It was good to be back. Caden saying, wait, hold on. All right, well, wait a second, but it is the one. That's what I'll say. I believe the one might. Oh no, we might have to push it up because the schedule release is getting pushed back by the NFL. Oh no, we might have to do it a week early. That's what I'll say. It is the one. I'll leave y'all with that. Y'all have a good night, and let's freaking go Wolves. Wolves.